So let me not waste too much time here. Let's get straight into the main event here because I know that's literally what everybody here was waiting for. That's literally what I was waiting for here as we came on the air for Smackdown. I know they advertised a lot of other things, such as, tag team matches, women's tag team matches, etc., etc. But for me, the main portion of the show that I was actually interested in was the main event between Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes, and Sami Zayn. Going into this week, they announced this match last week, and I think everybody collectively was, of the thought process of like, how are they going to possibly get around this match? Because somebody has to win here and two other people have to lose. And if you look at the names mentioned here, which is Cody, Sami Zayn, and Jacob Fatu, these would be names that would, realistically be already in the match or realistically be in the match going forward, right? You wouldn't expect all these names to be in one match qualifying for one single spot. So I think, we all thought they could go the predictable route and that be Cody Rhodes simply just take the win and forget about the other two guys, or they could go the unpredictable route and let's say maybe somebody like Fatu goes in there and gets the win, or maybe Sami Zayn, because of course they have that story between Sami and Drew, and that's definitely what it looked like at the end of the match, towards the end of the match, because Jacob Fatu is about to win for Sami Zayn when he gets claymored by Drew McIntyre. He gets power bombed onto the announce table by Drew McIntyre. Cody Rhodes gets claymored as well. However, Cody Rhodes kicks out after Drew McIntyre put Sami Zayn's lifeless body on top of him. He kicks out at 2. And then Drew McIntyre goes back once again to attack Cody Rhodes when he gets haluva kicked by Sami Zayn. And then this gives Cody Rhodes the opportunity to deliver a crossroads, granting him the opportunity to go to the Elimination Chamber. So now I think it's kind of evident that with this win, not only is Cody going to the chamber, but Cody is probably more than likely going to be the winner in that match. And again, we have names such as Randy Orton and LA Knight in that match, so I don't really see somebody like LA Knight or Randy Orton winning. And again, this begs the question, what happens as far as WrestleMania now? Because now you have two guys realistically who got screwed over by Drew McIntyre, that being Jacob Fatu and Sami Zayn. More so Jacob Fatu, because Jacob Fatu literally was taken out by Drew McIntyre, right? He was power bombed onto the announce table. He was essentially fucked over by McIntyre. So of course this is going to leave the question as far as like what happens with him. Do they run a championship match at the Elimination Chamber between Fatu and Drew? Does Fatu get, does he attack Cody after the chamber? Like, what happens? Because I don't think, and nor should I believe, that the match going into WrestleMania should be as clear as just Drew McIntyre against Cody Rhodes, part 5 or part 6 or whatever part we're at, essentially, in this story. And even if you add some sort of stipulation, like I heard that they're possibly going to add a Hell in a Cell stipulation, like that's not enough. We've seen Drew and Cody several times, countless times over the past 6, 7, 8, 9 months, that at this point it would just feel so just lifeless and still. It would just feel like another episode of Smackdown, another WrestlePalooza. Like it needs to, at this point, you need to add somebody in that match at the very least to not, have it be considered such a stale, lifeless main event. Now, that could either be adding Fatu into the angle, which I believe is fully 100% likely, or you can add somebody like Sami Zayn, because of course they're still running the story of Sami Zayn needing to win that world championship and the story of he's never beaten Drew McIntyre, so they could add him there as well, giving him that sort of, Mick Foley WrestleMania 16, obligatory main event where he wins the championship. I don't even know at this point. Again, what do you do with Randy Orton? Because Randy Orton is in the chamber, and I don't know if he's in the chamber really for a real reason, or if he's just in the chamber because he's a big name and they want star power there and that's what they're going to use him there for. Like, what do you do with him? Like, why not add him to this, championship title mix? Why not have it be a four-way between McIntyre, Fatu, Cody, and Orton? Like, at this point, like, honestly, anything better than Cody and Drew, because like I said, we just seen that over and over and over again. I know there's going to be people in the comments that, aren't really rocking with Cody because they see it as a predictable outcome. And I can agree with that. I think this WrestleMania season, there's been a lot of talk recently about this WrestleMania season really under delivering, not only in the build, but also as far as like ticket sales and, projection of, how many, what the sales are supposed to be this time of the year. And again, that goes back onto the creative team, which is obviously led by Triple H, by Paul Levesque. So, in a sense, they need to really step their shit up. It's WrestleMania season. There isn't no room for error at this point. And that's basically all I really wanted to talk about here on this episode of SmackDown. I mean, there was some things here and there that, like, they were okay. Like, we had a women's tag team match here in the beginning with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky against Nia Jax and Lash Legend. Of course, I've made my feelings known about the women's tag team division. I just don't care about tag teams, man. I'm just sorry to admit it. I love Rhea. I love Io. But tag teams, I just don't give a shit about, man. Like, there's no real story here. It just seems like these ladies, they go from one team to the next and defend their titles, and that's pretty much it. Like, there's no story, there's nothing here. So I can't get interested in this. We also had Alexa Bliss advance into the Elimination Chamber. Obviously, Charlotte, she's in the Elimination Chamber, or she's going to qualify to be in the chamber. So obviously, they're going to do that sort of same, tension breakup angle that they did at the Royal Rumble. We also had just a plethora of random fucking, names here thrown together against the MFTs, Dragunov. But post your comments down below. Let me know what you thought of tonight's episode of SmackDown. And until next time, I will see all of you on the next one.